All right, Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Kakadash. I want to give double honor to the apostles and the elders of the Great Millstone for teaching me the truth 100% securely. And I'd like to give a salutation to the Akim and Aqua listening and studying to show ourselves approved. This is Brother Bayan coming back to you with another quick lesson. And the title of this lesson pretty much be Spiritual War. All right, because yesterday I just did a lesson based on how the prophecies are being fulfilled. And one thing that I thought about as I was reading the etymology definition of perilous time, okay, as you can read it in 2 Timothy 3:1, because it says, "This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come." Okay, and we go into the etymology dictionary of perilous time. It pretty much means full of danger, risky, involving exposure to death, destruction, or injury, also spiritually dangerous, okay? And that's pretty much that's going to be that battle between Esau, Edom, wicked kingdom, and Yahweh Shai and his archangels, okay? And so that's pretty much the spiritual battle, all right? And Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is about to, rain terror on America, aka Babylon the Great. Okay? And so, with that being said, real quick, I'm gonna just get straight to the point. As a matter of fact, before we listen to this clip, I want to read Psalm chapter 94, and we'll start at verse 14. Okay? Because it said, "For the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, will not cast off his people, neither will he forsake his inheritance." Okay, so right here it's telling you Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is going to already have the victim. The nation of Israel is going to come out on top. Okay, in verse 15 it says, "But judgment shall return unto righteousness, and all the upright in heart shall follow it." Okay, and it said all the upright in heart shall follow it. All right, and then verse 16, and it said, "Who will rise up against me? Who will rise up for me against the evildoer, or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity?" And see, that question is pretty much already answered in verse 14 and 15, specifically verse 15, okay? Because it says, "But judgment shall return unto unrighteousness, shall return unto righteousness, and all the upright in heart shall follow it," okay? And so when he asked that question, it's pretty much those people that are in the spirit of repentance, the spirit of mourning, pretty much in the house of mourning. All right, those who are pleading and asking Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai to spare them in the time of trouble, and pretty much that Jacob's trouble. Okay, so that's pretty much the answer to that question. The hope elect and pretty much the 144,000 elect men is going to be the ones that's going to stand up against the evildoers, and stand up against the workers of iniquity. Okay, and real quick, let's go ahead and get into this video, this small clip. Well, it's not a small clip, it's about 20 minutes long, but I'm gonna play portions of it, all right, from the beginning, and some things in the clip that's going to give you, clues that this is about to be a spiritual war. All right, so without further ado.
Well, a war is coming to the United States in months, not years. Former 24-year veteran of the Customs and Border Protection, J.J. Carroll, just uncovered the truth of what's happening with Biden's border invasion, and the war will start in black communities. That's where it's going to start first. Listen to JJ.
All right, you hear that? He said war will start in black communities, okay? And that's pretty much to tell you right there that's talking about Jacob's trouble. Okay, that's in the prophecies of Jeremiah chapter 30 and 7.
Talking with black citizens who are being crushed right now under the weight of illegal immigrants in their communities. Watch.
This is America.
This is America.
There's a problem.
And the people have a problem with Trump. Are you crazy?
Biden did this. This is not Trump.
Exactly. The Democrat Party in this city hates poor black people.
All right, and so this is another thing that I wanted to point out is that as you listen along, you'll notice that now, because, you know, at one point in time in history, which they still do it, they still think this way. You know, they always tell the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, specifically the so-called Negroes, to pull yourself up by the bootstrap, okay? If you don't like it here, go back to Africa. But now you're going to see these little cues right here in these small clips. Oh, we all American. We all need to fight for this country because this is our country. You see, and that's the, you know, pretty much the bald-faced lie. But the 2/3 of the nation of Israel, they're going to fall for that. You know, thus says Zechariah chapter 13 and 8. All right, you know what it said: 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. See, and I remember lesson from starting with Elder Apostle Tahar, but even Elder Apostle Gabar, they always stated that even 2/3, you know, some of the migrants are also Israelites. So those migrants are coming over here to get judged, and some of them are coming over here to be delivered. Okay, but for the most part, what we hearing is 2/3 migrants who are also Jake. They coming over here to get judged. And of course, they're gonna be judged by each other, and Esau Edom gonna judge them as well. Okay.
All of the Democrat Party, the Black Caucus, and everybody else. This is a fact. They have starved the people.
How do you know that? How do you know that?
Because I've been in politics for the last 25 years. Ran for city council twice. They have no intentions for American citizens, especially Black America. Poor Black people in this city are obsolete.
And JJ joins me now, fresh off of his trip. JJ, great to see you again. You know, you've obviously confronted some of the most unbelievable circumstances as it relates to the southern border in the United States, some of the most dangerous circumstances that you faced with arrests. How does Chicago, far away from the southern border, how does Chicago stack up with what you're used to at the southern border?
Chicago's a war zone, and it is a forgotten, Trump called it the forgotten America, forgotten Americans. So
see, and there you go. And see, there go another cue right there. He said Trump called it the forgotten Americans. Remember I said one point in time, they disregarded, you know, Jakes of Chicago, all right? They disregarded the so-called African Americans. You know, they always say, pull yourself up by the bootstrap or go back to Africa, all right? They never really considered us as Americans. But now all of a sudden he want to mention that Trump called this the forgotten Americans. You see, this is the workers of iniquity right here. Okay, so we are not a part of America. All right. Matter of fact, let's get that in a quick precept real quick. We'll never be a part of America. Matter of fact, the laws that's been written for America have not been meant for our benefit. You know, you got that 2/5 of a human law that's still in play. Okay, they say you are no longer 2/5 of a human being until you commit a crime. Okay, so that law is still in play even after, you know, quote unquote slavery have been exonerated. What is it, you know, and this is all propaganda. All right, so this is Micah chapter 2 and 10. All right. So this is not our rest. This is not our place of home, okay? Nothing in this, the laws that's written in America, aka Babylon the Great, have never benefited the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. So therefore, we cannot rest here, all right? So it says, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with the sword destruction, okay? So you trying to put your chips in or put your bid in for America to still stand, it's going to pollute you, okay? And it's going to destroy you, all right? So your best bet is to repent to Yahweh Shem Yahushua and basically usher in the kingdom of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and Lord willing, Yahweh Shem Yahushua choose you to be a part of that, you know, precious fruit that's going to basically run this new kingdom. All right. So going back to the clip.
went to Chicago. I believe it's the ground zero of the invasion. This is the manifestation of treason. It's going to work from the coastlines in through the inner cities of major metropolitan areas. That gentleman that you showed, Mark Clayton, is an activist. Mark Carter, is an activist in Chicago. He took me down to the South Side. I had to be escorted down there because of the gang violence and all the issues. But their local government has poured over $3 billion into their community for illegal aliens, not their community, but for illegal aliens. And they are being systematically pushed out of their communities like Inglewood. It is something I have never witnessed before. I feel like I'm traveled, I'm smart, I've been places. I'm telling you, when you go down to the South Side, it is desolate, it is desperate, hopeless, violent. I would say 1 out of 4.
And notice how he said it is desolate, okay? And that's another precept. Was that let's get that real quick, because in reality, it's America as a whole that's gonna become desolate. And Yahweh Yahushua said this. It was in Malachi chapter 1 and verse 4, and it says, "Whereas Edom says, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus said the Lord Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord had indignation forever." And see, and in verse 5, and it says, "And your eyes shall see, and ye shall say, the Lord Yahweh Bashim will magnify from the border of Israel." And see, there go another victory, okay? And in this spiritual war, we're going to have the victory, okay? And Israel is going to come out on top.
Houses are dilapidated and shuttered. The other 4 need to be shuttered. Businesses are closed and shuttered. There's no industry. They are bringing illegal aliens, majority from Venezuela, and they are moving them out of their communities. Let me give you an example. The city of Chicago paid black residents that were living in these dilapidated shacks, if you will, $1,000 to move out. Well, why would the landlords in Chicago want them to move out? $1,000. Because each illegal alien has $9,000 attached to them for rent assistance. $9,000. So they're moving them out and moving them in. Now, Clayton, I talked to mega church black pastors, street pastors, violent gang members that have come out of prison that are trying to...
And that's another thing to think about is was that Isaiah 10 and 1, because it said, "Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decree." So the things that he's talking about, it's an unrighteous decree. Okay, they're moving out, quote unquote, the people, the U.S. citizens that's supposed to be U.S. citizens, they're moving in migrant, which is basically Esau Edom that's getting ready to create chaos. That's all he really doing, okay?
Community, been in prison for murder for 21 years, another one murder for 26 years, and soup kitchen workers, everyone in between down on the south side of Chicago, black residents, black Americans. And they all say to me, to a man and woman, they say, "We're going to war." And it took me back for a second, and I was like, okay.
And this is him talking to the 2/3, you know, your Pookies and Ray Ray, because he said, you know, we're going to war. And this is why Yahweh Yahushua, those who are falling for this rhetoric, you know, trying to basically put their bets in on America, aka Babylon the Great. Let's see, what is it? I think it's Isaiah 13. Think about their precepts. It said they that shall be found with them shall be thrust through with the sword. But really, let's get. Can't quite remember what that precept is. Was it Isaiah 16? No, hold on. Let's see. It's 13 and 16. Let me see. Yeah. Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 15. It says, "Everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them," who the them is talking about America, aka Babylon the Great, specifically the Edomite, shall fall by the sword. Okay, and that's specifically those 2/3 Jakes who's joining in with this war that's not really their fight. Okay, this is not your land, this is not your rest. Zechariah 13:8. All right. And it says, and it shall come to pass that in all the land, said the Lord, Yahweh Yahushua, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. You see? And those are the 2/3 that he's talking about. Because when he said we're going to war, them are the 2/3 Jakes. Okay? They're about to be slaughtered.
Clarify what war is. And they said, whatever we have to do to maintain and protect our community. And a black pastor, the rooftop pastor, the AK rooftop pastor that Tucker Carlson interviewed for many, many months as he sat on top of a building during the winter months because of the prostitution crime that was across the street from his church, Pastor Brooks told me, we are within one black teenager being raped by these Venezuelan gangs or black Venezuelan gangs killing a black gang member or vice versa, and Chicago is going to explode.
And you should notice how that pastor explained to him. He said black Venezuelan gang members, etc., etc. Those are Jakes. You know, if you actually do a Google research on the slave trade in Venezuelan, you see that they also went through the same curses that are written in Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15 through 68. Okay, those are 2/3 Jakes. All right. You know, pretty much those are Yasharala. They were just in Venezuela. And you gotta remember that the scripture said that the nation of Israel will be scattered throughout all 4 corners of the earth. So that means they're going to be in Venezuela as well too.
Everyone knows it, and isn't it coincidental? Which I don't believe in coincidences. Last week, DNC comes out and says, "Well, we're really kind of rethinking the Chicago DNC convention. We might do it remote." They know it as well as I do that this is a powder keg ready to explode.
Salakia commercial. Salakia for that. I had to do it. It was a commercial. Let me rewind it back a little bit.
Being raped by these Venezuelan gangs or black Venezuelan gangs killing a black gang member or vice versa, and Chicago is going to explode. Everyone knows it, and isn't it coincidental, which I don't believe in coincidences, last week, DNC comes out and says, "Well, we're really kind of rethinking the Chicago DNC convention. We might do it remote." They know it as well as I do that this is a powder keg ready to explode.
Yeah, can you hold a Democratic National Convention in Chicago? I mean, what do you have to show for it? I mean, as we talked about with Mark, with the activist, he says you're seeing Democrats have destroyed the city, so you're going to bring the Democratic National Convention there? I mean, you're right. This is an absolute powder keg moment, and I think, we throw this term war around a lot, and I've thought a lot about this since you and I've been talking over the past few days. This idea, I've thought it was going to be a civil war. We've been thinking of the term civil war in the United States, Americans against Americans right now, but I think it's not.
And there go another cue right there. He said American against Americans. So they're trying to say that these two churches, at one point in history, they always said, pull yourself up by the bootstrap. Go back to Africa if you don't like to hear. But now you're American, we're American, we need to fight for our country. That's the rhetoric, that's the cues, that's the rhetoric that they're saying in this very clip. Okay, so I wanted to play that and let you know that Yasharala, this fight right here is not your fight. Okay, the fight that you're going to be having is the fight for Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Okay, the fight to help the fight not only to usher in Yahweh Shem Yahushua kingdom, but to show Yahweh Shem Yahushua that you are willing to repent and turn back to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, to be in a part of this new kingdom. Okay, be a part of Yahweh Shem Yahushua's righteous kingdom. All right. That's the point. That's the war that's your fight. This is your fight. That's the fight you need to be trying to fight. Not the fight for Esau Edom Kingdom, not the fight to save America. This is not our rest. Okay? And so that brings me to, let's get hold on. I think I had to pull it up. Yeah, this is Ephesians chapter 6. Shalaka. Bear with me for a minute, Yasharala. I don't need no update. Alright, so this is Ephesians chapter 6. And we're starting at verse 10. And notice how it said the armor of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, the armor of power. Okay? And the first thing you need to know about putting on that armor is you need to have faith. Okay? It's impossible to please Yahweh Shem Yahushua without faith. Okay? That is the first part of your armor. And then you need the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. That is what putting on the whole armor of Yahweh Shem Yahushua it represents. Okay? But you got to understand when you read the scriptures, a lot of the scriptures is symbolic or allegorical. Okay? So this is Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 10. It says, finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua. It said, be strong. Okay? Meaning that you got to stand up. Going back to that question in Psalm 94 and 16, because it says, who will rise up with me against the evildoers, who will stand up with me against the workers of iniquity. Loosely paraphrasing. Okay? And this is what we're talking about right here. And so if you're going to rise up, this is what you have to do. Okay? Reading that again from the top. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, meaning you got to have faith and you got to have the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Okay, I just got to explain some of the wiles of the devil were in that clip, how they was trying to make it seem like the so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans are American. Okay, they're low-key saying that they're American when we in reality they're not. Okay, we are the nation of Israel. That's our home. Okay, so that's the part of their strategy. Okay, another thing is we know that the devil's going to come down and having great wrath. All right, so it said so that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. In verse 12, it said, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principality, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. You see, and this is a spiritual war. Okay, so ultimately, what the Esau Edom so-called white man are doing, they're creating a chaos. Okay, you're seeing it coming. All right, you're seeing the food is becoming shorter. The money is about to go digital. Okay, these are the spiritual wickedness in high places that placing upon Yasser Allah, pretty much the whole world. Okay, and eventually you're going to be given a choice whether you're going to stand up and fight for America, which is Esau Edom kingdom, or you're going to stand up and fight for Yahweh Shem Yahushua, which is his kingdom getting ready to come. Okay. Verse 13, wherefore take unto you the whole armor of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, that you may be able to withstand in the evil day. You see? And it says, and having done all to stand, stand therefore having your loins girt about with truth. That's that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And having on the breastplate of righteousness. Okay, that's that faith. And in your feet should with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith you shall be able to quench all the fiery dart of the wicked. You see? And so having that faith and having that shield, that's your fight right there. Okay? That's the fight of Yahweh Shem Yahushua to get ready to come. All right? And when you go to Jeremiah chapter 30, it literally tells you or Salakia, not Jeremiah 30, this is Jeremiah Revelation, the 12th chapter. Let's go get that. Because there's a spiritual war that's going to be a spiritual battle. Okay, so you go to Revelation chapter 12 and 7, right? Because it says, and there was war in heaven. That's the spiritual war. And Michael and his angel fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought against his angels. Okay, and that's getting ready to happen. And prevailed not, neither was their place found any more in heaven. All right, and see, there you go. There's another victory. These devils are going to gear up and try to fight against Yahweh Shemi Yahushua. They're going to fight against the coming of our Messiah, who in the world even called Jesus Christ. Okay, and the dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. Okay, how he deceived the whole world? Through his media. Okay, he who controlled the media controlled the masses. And it says, and he was cast out into the earth, and his angels was cast out with him. Okay, those are his angels, which are his messengers. Okay, those who are aligned themselves with Esau Edom system. Okay, and verse 10. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now comes salvation and strength and the kingdom of our power and the power of his anointed. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their life unto death. And see, going back into that very question, Psalm chapter 94 and 16. Who will stand up or who will rise up with me against the evildoers? Who will stand up with me against the workers of iniquity? Okay? In verse 12. Therefore rejoice ye heaven, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. And this is why these Edomites, you seeing them, this is why they're scrambling. They're saying, oh, we're America. We need to fight for America. Okay? They're scrambling with these laws and legislation. All right? As a matter of fact, before I read on, I got another article that I wanted to show, which I'm not going to read too much of it. I'm just actually going to read the title of it because, you know, Lord willing, you got the point of the lesson. It's a spiritual war. I got Revelation 12 popped up right there too. Hold on, Salaki, bear with me for a minute. It's all the way at the bottom. I don't know why it popped all the way up here. All right, here we go. It's this article that I actually got from Elder Matazakba page, one of his lessons, GMS South Carolina SCO8. Okay, and he posted this in the group chat, and it says, who Director Tedros says it's time to get aggressive with anti-you-know-what. Okay, and they're starting that over again. See, this is them coming down with great wrath right here. All right, and it says, upset with failure of the global pandemic treaty, who World Health Organization Director Dr. Tedros, I can't pronounce his name, have vowed to get aggressive with, you know what. Yeah, you can see it right here on the screen, okay? You can see that right there. I'm going to highlight it. All right? And so that's them coming down having great wrath because they know that they have but a short time. They know that they're getting ready to be cast out into the earth, okay? So going back into Revelation, the 12th chapter, in verse 13, and it says, and when the dragon saw that he was cast into the earth, he persecuted the woman. Who was the woman? That's the nation of Israel, which brought forth the man-child. All right. So these are the righteous, those righteous who are standing up against the workers of iniquity, who are standing up against the evildoer. Okay. Those are the ones who brought forth the man-child, the elect. All right. And it says, and the woman. And it said, and to the woman were given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might fly unto the wilderness, into her place, where she is nourished for a time and half a time from the face of the serpent. And then the serpent cast out of his mouth water as a flood after the woman. Okay, so it means he's going to use that media, and he's going to blame the so-called Negroes, Latino, and Native American for the destruction and the chaos that's getting ready to happen here in America. all right, that he might cause her to be carried away of the flood. And the earth helped the woman, all right, and the earth opened her mouth and swallowed her up the flood with the dragon cast out of his mouth. All right, and so that there's gonna be time where when it speaks about Jacob's trouble, you know, there's gonna be a persecution of that woman. All right, Yasharallah, the whole nation. Basically, that woman represents the whole nation of Israel, and they're going to be persecuted. And then when it says the earth is going to help her, how about Yahweh going to provide a place for them to be eaten? All right, you know that precept. Remind me of that precept where it said, "You shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall eat, and you shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, and you shall be thirsty." Okay, behold, my servant shall rejoice, and you shall be ashamed. All right, loosely paraphrasing. Okay, and that's what's going to happen. All right, Yahweh Shai is going to gather up his elect during these times. In verse 17, and the dragon was wroth with the woman and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandment of Yahweh Shai and have the testimony of Yahweh Shai Hamashiach. Okay, and that's pretty much the victory. All right, so that's going to be that spiritual war. The nation of Israel is going to be persecuted. Okay, got a few more precepts, and we'll go ahead and close this out, man. You know, Lord willing, this is edifying. Okay, and when they talk about the end of the world, real quick, let's get this. Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and verse 4. It's basically, we're talking about one kingdom from another. You know, the Esau Edom is about to be stripped of his rulership. The Esau Edom, the so-called white man, and it's about to be transferred to Yahweh Shai's righteous kingdom. Okay, which is Ecclesiastes 1 and 4, and it says, one generation passes away and another generation coming, but the earth abideth forever. All right, so anytime we talk about the end of the world, it's just specifically talking about one kingdom is about to be desolate, and another kingdom is about to rise up. Okay, and so we'll end this off with 2nd Esdras chapter 6 and verse 9. Okay, because it said, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Okay, so Yasharallah, we got the victory. All right, though we're going to walk through the fire, we're going to walk through the fiery trial, through all the persecution that Esau Edom is going to rain down on us. You know, when you read Sirach, Ecclesiastica, aka Sirach, which is my favorite precept, my favorite chapter to read. All right, so we're going to be persecuted. We're going to go through those fiery trials. All right, our faith is going to be tested. All right, so Ecclesiastic, aka Sirach, chapter 2 and 5, it said, for gold is tried in the fire, an acceptable man in the furnace of adversity. Okay, so we're going to be tried. Our faith is going to be tried, but you know, Lord willing, we'll be a part of that remnant, and we're going to, you know, walk out of it. You know, we're going to hold fast to what we have. All right, we have the testimony of Yahweh Shai. We have the word and the testimony. Okay, so Lord willing, this is edifying. With that, I'm going to give all praise and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Wakakadah. I want to give double honor to the apostles and elders of the Great Millstone for teaching me the truth 100% securely. Shalom, Shalom, Kwam Yasharallah, Shalom.